The overall goal of the CHIP program is to develop the classroom to workplace pipeline. First of all, I think it's fun to get involved with local students and seeing what they're up to. And the benefit is that you can have a potential pipeline of students who are interested in your company, maybe interns in the future, potentially employees.
It's basically where companies from Goleta, Santa Barbara area come in and give us projects to work inside our classroom, and they supervise it and they give us instructions on how to maybe make our project better or just guide us through our project.
The motivation for the CHIP program is that we can connect mentors with students around meaningful projects with a limited availability of mentor time, which is not the case for a classical internship, which requires a lot of mentor time. In CHIP, we leverage the availability of the teacher to provide most of the mentorship.
Instead of doing projects that I'm kind of making up and building in terms of my curriculum, why don't we ask local companies to bring in their project ideas? Most of them are real projects too, things that they actually need to have happen. And why don't they challenge the students to work on those projects? And so what this program does is it creates sort of like a pre-internship experience for students, where they get a project or a challenge from an outside company. They work on it for a month or two. They work with mentors from those companies, and then they produce a product.
Each week, I have to go on a Zoom meeting with them and give an updated progress report where they give their feedback and I give my feedback and ideas. And it was really useful and very helpful. And I don't know if I would have been able to even get close to finishing this project without them.
One of the things we often don't do in normal school, you aren't taught how to work through a blank page problem. But real world engineering is, we don't know how to solve this thing, here's a blank slate, how do you tackle that unknown? No one's laying it out for you. And so we walked up to the whiteboard like, let's just sketch out quick and dirty here. What's one way you can think about it? And we tend to latch onto that first one. It's like, nope, step back. Now think of another way, even a stupid way, just try it. And then we all step back and we start doing an analysis, say, what are the pros and cons of each of these things?
The sooner you can bring students to relevant work experience, the more likely they are to take advantage of education and career opportunities down the road.
So it's an investment in the community. So you invest in this kind of program. It gives you a group of high school students that are interested, and at some point when they get the education required, either at high school or college level, they'll come back to you. So it's a long-term investment of mentorship.
There just isn't a strong pipeline continuing into high tech in Santa Barbara, Goleta, San Luis Obispo, or Ventura. But the local population oftentimes is the last to know that those companies are there, that those jobs exist, and even if they do exist, how do they get those jobs?
Before I entered this program, I wasn't interested in engineering actually. I was more interested in math, but once I started using the machines in the shop, I got really into it, and yeah, I turned out to really like just working with my hands.
If you're curious about mentorship and you like what you do as a technical person, the CHIP program is a great way to really put those together. And a typical engagement or commitment for a mentor is an hour a week to an hour every 2 weeks.
We want to provide our students with the skills and the opportunities for them to stay in our community.
Our dream is to make sure that local people, local kids, can develop the skills they need to then work at local companies.